Welcome, fellow plant enthusiasts. I'm Steven from Steve's Propagation Corner, and I'm thrilled to bring you another revealing episode of The Foliage Files. In this series, we dive deep into the secrets of plant life, learn practical tips for caring and nurturing our own green companions, and explore the incredible diversity of plant species from around the globe. Today, we're unraveling 10 common houseplant myths. From regularly misting plants for increasing humidity to using houseplants for purifying the air. Let's unearth the truth together and revolutionize our plant care practices for healthier, happier green companions. Join me as we debunk misconceptions and embark on a journey to the captivating realm of houseplant care. Get ready to ditch a classic gardening myth, folks. The belief that putting pebbles at the bottom of your plant pots boosts drainage. Let's set the record straight. While it might seem like a genius move, science says otherwise. Water isn't exactly a fan of crossing over from fine soil to chunky pebbles. They're like two neighbors who just don't mingle well. Here's the scoop. Pebbles won't save your plant from overwatering. They might even make it worse. So, remember this golden rule instead. A drainage hole at the pot's bottom is your real ticket to letting excess water escape. And don't forget the saucer below, it's your trusty sidekick, catching any runaways. When you water, check that saucer. If it's still holding water, give it the boot. Myth busted. And we're just getting started on our journey through the wild world of plant wisdom. Time to tackle the next plant myth. The belief that misting your houseplants is a shortcut to ramping up humidity. Now, I understand the allure. A light misting feels like giving your green companions a spa day. But hold on to your watering cans, because we're about to sprinkle some truth on this notion. Let's unravel this misty mystery. The whole misting thing likely stems from the idea that it reduces a plant's natural water evaporation, called transpiration. But don't get too misty-eyed. A few spritzes won't turn your living room into a steam room. If you're after a significant humidity boost, get ready to turn into a plant personal mister 24/7. And honestly, who's got the time or patience for that? But fear not, fellow plant enthusiasts, there's a savvy way to keep those humidity levels comfortable. Enter the mighty humidifier. Position one near your plants and voila, you've got a humidity haven. Another trick, create a plant posse by grouping them together. It's like they're having a little moisture sharing party, crafting their very own cozy microclimate. And here's the bonus, plants are adaptable champs. As long as they're getting their hydration fix, they'll flourish. Humidity myths aside. So, it's time to ditch the mister, embrace the humidifier, and let's keep our plants happier than ever. Alright, time to tackle another green myth that's been swaying the way we care for our plant pals. The notion that a wilting plant is simply crying out for water. But before you go reaching for that watering can, we've got some surprising news. Your plant might actually be drowning, not thirsting. Let's peel back the leaves and reveal the truth. Overwatering, yep, you heard it right, is the real arch nemesis of houseplants. When the soil becomes a soggy mess, your plant's roots are like underwater explorers who've forgotten their scuba gear. They can't access oxygen or water effectively. But here's a game changer, the finger test. Picture this, you stick your finger into the soil, and if it comes out with soil sticking to it, put that watering can away. Your plant isn't ready for a drink just yet. Give it a few days and then reevaluate. By mastering this simple trick, you'll save your plant from the soggy fate that overwatering brings. So remember, wilting might not mean thirst. It might just mean your plant needs a breather. Alright, let's roll up our sleeves and unravel a myth that has us all believing in the magic of plants as air purifiers. The notion that houseplants are indoor air cleaning superheroes kicked off in 1989 with a NASA study that put certain plants in a sealed chamber to scrub chemicals. But here's the plot twist. This claim was based on a teeny tiny sample size. In reality, achieving cleaner air indoors is a bit more complex than it seems. Picture this. You'd need a whopping 680 plants in a 1,500 square foot home to match the pollutant removal rate of that NASA test chamber. Yes, you heard it right. Almost a plant-filled jungle just to make a noticeable dent in indoor air quality. But here's another twist. Plants do indeed contribute to cleaner air by inhaling gases to their stomata. However, there's no one-size-fits-all green savior. Different plants have different schedules for opening their stomata, and their ability to process airborne nasties varies too. Plus, plants have a few secrets up their sleeves. They release compounds that might or might not be on your contaminants to tackle list. So, while plants bring a bunch of benefits to the table, let's not pin all our hopes on them being indoor air wizards. There's much we're still discovering in the world of plant-air interactions. Enjoy your plants for their charm, mood-boosting vibes, and all-around awesomeness. But when it comes to air quality, a good old air purifier might be your true ally. Let's tackle another leafy legend, shall we? The myth that houseplants are always hungry for fertilizers. Here's the deal. If you're using a quality potting mix loaded with nutrients, your plants might already be partying in a nutrient-rich paradise. They're also pretty nifty at whipping up their own plant food through photosynthesis, so there's that. Now, I'm not saying you can't give your green buddies a little nutritional nudge when they need it. It's like offering them a snack. Totally cool, but not essential. Your plants can hold their own, especially if they're living the high life in nutrient-packed soil. So, while fertilizing can be a bonus, remember that it's not a 24/7 plant buffet. Time to shed light on another gardening myth that's been buzzing around. The notion that plants should stay untouched in winter because they're taking a growth break. But hold on to your gardening gloves because we're about to dig up the truth. Let's set the record straight. Plant roots are like undercover agents, always busy, no matter the season. And get this, many beloved houseplants hail from tropical or subtropical regions, meaning they don't punch a clock when it comes to growth. For them, every day is a potential growth day, as long as they have the essentials. So, if you find your monstera's roots staging a coup within its pot in the heart of December or January, don't hesitate to give it a new home in a bigger pot. Your plant will be thrilled with the extra space and continue its leafy conquest, no matter the calendar. Alright, time to get to the bottom of another plant myth that's been floating around. The idea that placing pebble trays under your plants boosts humidity. It sounds clever, right? But before you go arranging a pebble parade, let's put this myth under the magnifying glass. Here's the truth serum. Like its misting cousin, the concept of pebble trays as humidity heroes might be more fiction than fact.
Wait a minute!
Despite its appealing theory, no scientific research has come to the rescue to prove that pebble trays can effectively amp up humidity over any substantial period of time. While it's not likely to harm your plant, don't expect those pebbles to work miracles in the humidity department. So, if you're on a quest for a humidity uptick, skip the pebble path. Instead, two smarter strategies await. First, bring in the humidifier. Your plants will thank you for creating their own little rainforest haven. Second, try the plant group hug approach. Group your plants together and watch as they release moisture in a harmonious exchange. Both options are like VIP passes to a humidity paradise. Time to tackle a watering myth that's been spreading like, well, wildflowers. The belief that all your plants should be watered on a strict schedule. But hold on to those watering cans because we're about to unveil the truth behind this soggy situation. Here's the deal. Plants are like a diverse group of friends, each with their own preferences. Some, like the shill snake plant, prefer a dry spell before their next sip, while others, like the peace lily, crave a consistently moist home. The one-size-fits-all watering rule simply doesn't hold up in the garden of plant care. The real watering wizardry lies in learning your plant's unique needs. Wave goodbye to that calendar reminder and embrace the finger test. It's like a plant hydration detective mission. Before you quench their thirst, stick your finger into the soil to check its moisture levels. If it comes out with soil clinging to it, your plant's probably still sipping on its last drink. Embrace this personalized approach and watch your plants thrive like never before. Time to tackle a myth that has us all reaching for the shine. The belief that leaf shine products are the magic ticket to spotless leaves. But before you embark on a shiny leaf crusade, let's unveil the real story and keep your plants thriving. Here's the truth. Leaf shine products might offer shine, but they could also create trouble. Applying those products might clog up those tiny leaf pores called stomata, messing with the plant's water evaporation and nutrient flow. Plus, they might cast a shadow on light absorption and photosynthesis, two crucial players in your plant's health. But hey, don't worry, there are gentler ways to keep your leaves looking spick and span. Grab a damp cloth for some dusting love, or let your larger plants bask in a refreshing shower mist. Let your plants shine naturally and they'll reward you with healthy, vibrant foliage. In our final myth-busting showdown, we're tackling the belief that certain houseplants can thrive in absolute darkness. Let's clear the air and shed light on this misconception. Here's the truth. Every plant, even those dubbed low-light wonders, crave some light to keep going. While favorites like snake plants and CC plants can tough it out in lower light, they truly come alive in medium to high light conditions. And here's the reality check. No plant can survive in a lightless void, not even in your windowless bathroom. But don't fret, dim space dwellers. The hero here is the LED grow light. With their magic, you can turn even the darkest corners into thriving green havens. As we bid farewell to this myth-busting journey, remember that light is every plant's best friend, to some extent. And there you have it, fellow plant enthusiasts. We've unveiled the truth behind some of the most common houseplant myths that have been circulating in the gardening world. Armed with accurate knowledge, we're better equipped to care for our green companions and foster their growth. Remember, plant care is an ever-evolving journey, and as we continue to learn and debunk myths, our gardens will flourish like never before. Thanks for joining us in this myth-busting adventure. If you enjoyed this video and learned something new, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up and hit that subscribe button for more awesome gardening tips and tricks. And if you really loved it and want to show some extra support, consider leaving a little something in the tip jar using the super thanks feature below. Your support helps me keep providing you with honest, top quality houseplant care tips, sponsor free, so your plants can keep on thriving. Now, I'm curious to hear your thoughts. Did you find this video helpful? Do you have any questions or tips you'd like to share? Let me know in the comments below. As always, I appreciate your feedback and love learning from my fellow plant enthusiasts. Thanks for tuning in, and I can't wait to see you all in the next video. Remember, keep growing and keep thriving. See you in the next video.